Okay, there we go. Good evening. I just decided to make another video now that I feel a little bit better, and I've got coffee. So, first of all, I just wanted to really impress upon everybody, because I am struggling with, like, as an empath, you tend to feel everybody's emotions all at once, and it's a process to learn how to release that energy. And I was just talking with someone about that, and she suggested that you can go up to a tree and ask the tree to take the energy, or to take the pain and obliterate it. So I think I might try that, because it is part of Earth and nature, and I guess, yeah, I don't know. I just know that if we don't get rid of the energy that builds up in us as empaths, absorbing others' emotions and pain, that we can end up yelling at people or being snappy with people that had nothing to do with anything that was going on with us. So it's good to find healthy ways to release your excess baggage or energy. Anyway, I wanted to talk for a minute about something, which is the words that we speak, because I think they're very important. And I think that I know that words have power. God says that in the Bible that the power of life and death is in the tongue. And I think that's very much more literal than we think. And, the mind is useless if the eyes are blind. So I would encourage you to ask God to open your eyes to see His truth, to see the truth. And there's this paper here that was talking about different words that we say, even in the English language, that, like, let's see, it says you get up in the morning, but morning, if you spell it M-O-U-R, is a form of sorrow or grieving. You say hello as you arrive, but why is our greeting hell-lo? Why is hell a part of our greeting? Why do other words referring to hot places surround us, like hot mail or firefox? Who is the historical hot mail? Well, I guess that'd be the devil, which is the word lived, spelled backwards. Devil, backwards, is lived. Evil being the word live, spelled backwards. You get up in the morning, or mourning as in sorrow, to earn a living, but earn is also U-R-N, a vessel which has people's ashes in it. Mourning is another word synonymous with death. Power of life or death. See? It can be very subtle. You wake from your slumber, from your slum, because the system never gives you enough to get ahead in life, so you're in a slum of a burr. With coffee, the same prefix used in the word coffin. Well, I'm not going to give up my coffee. Not right now. Coffee or coffin. Ka means the spirit after death. You go to your job, but Job in the Bible is a man who's heavily tormented. Satan was given permission by God to do this to him. Why is our work, our job, literally named after a man, Job, who has his health, children, and wealth taken away? Why is God and Satan working together on Job in the Bible to make his life more miserable? Why is a meeting place of religion called a parish? P-A-R-I-S-H, but it's like pronounced parish, like die. The word church comes from the word kirk in Scottish. Kirk comes from the Roman word cirque, and cirque comes from the Greek mother cirque. Circe, a sorceress who would tempt men into her house, turn them into pigs, and eat them. Go ahead, look it up yourself, because that's the best kind of research you can do, is seriously just look it up yourself. Don't trust what I'm saying. Okay, for our slavery, we're given $20 bills, $50 bills, $100 bills, etc. But aren't bills something you pay and owe? At a restaurant, if you're given a bill for $50, don't you owe $50? And there lies the secret in plain sight. Our payments are called bills by our human farmers because we owe it all back to them, first in taxes, then in useless, meaningless purchases as we waste our money trying to rapidly decorate our jail cell down on the human farm, as in our houses. We spend our bills on soulless purchases from large corporations that our social engineers own. They laugh at how inept we are. I'm sure they laugh their heads off. This is why most people have no money, because we're not being paid to be slaves. We're given bills that we need to pay. We're paying to be slaves. That's what debt is, the act of getting paid in bills and having less than nothing as each week. Okay, think about this. Week, weekend, weekend, weekend. Just a spelling difference. You obey the watch, your watch, which I don't wear one, to arrive on time because the watch is designed to be the modern watcher or slave driver. What drives the slaves to work when you can't have that many people whipping each slave across the world? That's when the watch comes into the picture and you can watch yourself, watch your watch the next time you go to work. The watch owns you, rushes you, and you obey it like it has a gun to your head. The watch watches you and signifies the wrist chain worn by someone who is not in control of their time. You keep looking at your watch as you race to work. The new watcher is in complete control of the slave. And then the necktie that a guy wears. It was originally designed to signify the dog collar or a neck chain. Excuse me. Meaning being owned and controlled by someone else. You need to have a collar shirt on to wear the necktie around your throat. The necktie means you're tied and controlled by another, a slave to the script. Get unscripted. Boom, release. The slave can only pick the color and quality of their tie, but they can never choose to be free of the tie around their neck. Most people at work have a title. Title is really tie-tell. The symbolism of how your title name tells others who you're tied to. Your tie-tell signifies who controls the tie, dog collar, around your neck, around the collar shirt. Like a dog on a leash, really, I guess. People often wear a uniform. Uniform is derived from the word uni, meaning one, and form, meaning a way to be. One way to be. I wrote some of this down. I at least had notes this time, okay? Uniform means you're programming and conditioned to act like everyone else wearing the same uniform, which I guess would indicate no free will. You were schooled like fish to move as one and trained to follow like a train. Your morality and ethics are spoken for. Your time is spoken for. Your thoughts are spoken for. Inject that other slave with a toxic vaccine. Serve that other slave some poisonous coffee at the coffee shop. Go, welcome to the slave life. A uniform means the outsourcing of free will and being reflexively obedient to the slave master. Obey, comply, condone, sedate, repeat. To follow, you must fall. F-A-L-L-O, follow, see, same. To crawl on your knees the rest of the way. Well, I'm tired of living on my knees. And I hope you are too. I can't be the only one like this out there. It's like, unleash me already. The suit and tie is our most common uniform, signifying our willingness to outsource our morality and ethics to another. Your behavior dictated by forces outside of yourself is the removal of your free will. You arrive on time. The word time is T-I-M-E or tie me. Time. Take that two separate ways. Tie me. Think about that one. Tie me to the chain so the work can begin. Put the tie around my neck so I can obey and comply. The cufflinks on a person's wrist, like their shirt, represent the handcuffs or links of the traditional slave-based chain around the wrist, yet if they're made from gold, we think we're free. We lie to ourselves because lying is a word that means we lie down, submitting instead of standing up to the controller. Submit is made up of the word sub, meaning below, and mit, meaning the hand or glove. As we submit, we agree to be under someone else's hand or control. We've exchanged our chains of cast iron for chains of gold. But they're still chains, people. Come on, folks. The person in charge means the person who conducts the electricity, as charge as an electrical or energy term. This describes the energy thrown into us, making us perform and dance with our electricity. This is hard for me to talk about sometimes. Let's see what else I got here. Yeah, I don't want to. Taxation has one purpose and one purpose only: to make the slave dependent on coming back to the modern plantations of slavery day in and day out. If the slave starts to save their money, give them a TV full of negative role modeling and watch the slave magically go into debt. If the slave still has money, organize a stock market crash or increase the taxes, which is theft. It's theft. The people who print the money have no use for extra fake paper money, which they can print at any time and in any quantity they desire. The entire drive of the tax system is to make sure that the slaves have no extra money, as to provide them with enough freedom to figure any of this out. Well, I'm saying it out loud, so there you go. Slavery wasn't abolished. The plantation was simply expanded, and they mock us inside the language. Everyone was tricked into becoming a slave while believing we're free. The language is loaded with many disempowering subconscious cues because our human farmers have been at this game much longer than they'll allow us to know. Do you know what's going on? Are you sure? Well, I do love y'all. This channel may turn into something other than I originally intended. I didn't intend to read that, but I wrote some of it down and I thought, hey, this is my channel. I can say what I want, right? Because we're free, right?